Hey, so I'm Arty. Nice meeting everybody. I'm the owner of Stashmasters. It's a legal cannabis dispensary in Bushwick, Brooklyn, which is the epicenter of Brooklyn, in my opinion. Um, yeah, so we got this beautiful store for you guys. You guys can find us at stashmasternyc.com. You can also find me at stashmaster.ny on IG. Or you can follow us on YouTube at our YouTube page, which is stashmaster.ny. And yeah, this is our spot. We are behind the stash. It's a new podcast that we're filming, and I have Jonathan here. Jonathan,
Hey
introduce
everyone.
yourself. What's up? How are you?
Hey everyone, I'm Jonathan. I am one of the managers here at Stashmaster. Excited to be part of the team, excited to be part of the neighborhood. Bushwick is an awesome place. A lot of cool people in the immediate couple blocks from here. I live really close, so does one of our other bud tenders, Jojo. So we're very much kind of a neighborhood vibe here. And
Yeah, that was a big thing for me to find people that actually live in the community, and you know, for me, once again, I like having people who are nearby, who are the locals, who could work the beat, who could don't have to like go out of their way. You know what I mean? So end of the day, Jonathan is a big piece of Stash Master. And just in general, John, how do you feel about being an actor slash manager? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so in my free time, I also am pursuing an acting career. So that requires a lot of long hours. You work a full day and then you go home and you spend a couple more hours working on material, content creation, getting your characters prepared, getting auditions ready. And then when you're in a production, it's a couple hours of rehearsal at night, stuff like that. So I often go all day from early in the morning till very late at night, kind of working the whole day.
Same, man. I always think, what are you doing tomorrow? And he's like, Artie, I gotta be out of here at 4 o'clock on the dot. I got things lined up. So Jonathan, big thing that I love to ask the guests, you're not a guest, your family. But anyway, what is a day in life for you, man? Like what does it consist of for you, your everyday grind? I see it, but give me some feedback. Give me some behind the scenes.
The last year and a half, I've been working with a couple of theater companies East Side Island. So I've been rehearsing shows at night in the evenings and then performing on weekends. So typically my day job is like a in the mornings, in the middle of the week, handle that. And so then I'll go work until like 4 or 5 at night, hop on the ferry, head to Staten Island, spend my 3 hours at rehearsal. Rehearsal is the process of practicing a play or music. So you learn your lines, you memorize your lines, and then in rehearsal, you work with the director, coming up with the motivations for the characters. You come up with the positioning on the stage where everyone stands and moves. That's called walking. Transitions between scenes, what kind of propsy sets and stuff are moving in and out.
Like, do you become these characters that you like do for
There's something called method acting, which a lot of like the stories you hear about Hollywood actors like becoming their characters, these are the folks that employ method acting. And the idea behind that is you spend as much of your free time trying to live that character's life and try and relate to their emotions.
like Donnie Brasco?
Yeah,
Johnny Depp played Donnie Brasco. That was fire.
it just makes it easier if you've spent like a couple months in the skin of that person.
Actually, I feel I could be a great actor.
Oh,
I always thought I could be a great actor. Honestly,
I don't know anyone with like a good personality, life experience, and passion. That's all you need. Dream roll. The Phantom. The Phantom of the Opera is there inside your mind.
that was wild, dude.
Or there's like complex things going on in the character's mind. Sometimes it takes a little more time to kind of get in the mood before you start. But a lot of the characters that I play are like comedic kind of character roles, and I can turn that stuff on pretty quick. I don't have to prepare too much because I've been spending years playing those sorts of characters.
It's great, man. It's great. How about like one of the best roles that you ever landed?
Yeah, so actually, I'll tell you this story. This is kind of a two-parter. One of the best roles that I ever had is also a cannabis stole. So there's a show called This Is Our Youth, and I was lucky enough to play the main character in college. So we told them, we're like, yeah, we're just rehearsing a play. This isn't real cannabis. That's not real cocaine. It's just a prop. The cops had to check it out. Oh, they opened the bags. The guy was like, oh, okay, obviously this is oregano. Oh, or that. Took a little like test kit out and sampled the powdered sugar, which was fake cocaine, and they're like, okay, you guys are fine. But that was one of those interesting moments where it's like, oh, the real world of like consuming cannabis ran into like my rehearsal process, which is really interesting. And then a funny tidbit about that play. This is our youth. When it opened on Broadway back in the 90s, Mark Ruffalo was the main actor. It was his first big role. And his coworker was a prankster. And so his like co-star in the show replaced their fake prop joints with real cannabis. So the first night they're opening, everybody got lit. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo smoking what he thinks is a fake joint, and then a couple minutes later, he's realizing, oh, that's the real deal. That's great. That's great. Yeah. So for that first opening performance of This Is Our Youth on Broadway, it was the real deal.
Amazing, man. Amazing. One more question I have. Like what movies are you into? Like what kind of like I'm a big like documentary guy. I'm a big like I like mafia content. I like gritty stuff. Like my favorite movie is probably The Bronx Tale. I don't know if you ever watched The Bronx Tale. Oh, yeah. That's my favorite movie. Why? Because it's like relatable. One, two is it was pretty real. It was on Chaz Palminteri's real life. So he also has a podcast, Chaz Palminteri. He has a great podcast. He's also like a living legend in my opinion. Yeah, he's a big Broadway actor. He does a one man standing show. Maybe we'll get him over here one day, Chaz. Come through to Behind the Stash. So like, what's your go to?
So I like drama, comedy, that kind of thing. Partly because I like filmmaking as a process, so I'm always paying attention to like what the director is doing. But as an actor too, it's interesting to me to see how actors are handling their roles, what kind of like methods they're employing as they're acting. And so for me, I like watching like fictionalized stuff with actors more than documentaries because I can get that kind of that insight into like the performance, right, direction and stuff like that. Sure, right. So I like movies by like the what I would consider like the auteur directors of our age. So like Quentin Tarantino, Christopher Nolan, Wes Anderson, like any filmmaker that like you just recognize their name off the dot. Usually their movies are gonna be so well thought out and executed. I just love watching those.
Yeah, that's a no joke, man. All these filmmakers making these films, that's a serious job they have, you know what I mean? To create, to like have a vision and then create that vision so everybody to experience and then make memories like from a movie, from a simple movie, we're all related to it, you know what I mean? Like a Goodfellas movie. You know, the beginning of Goodfellas, when it starts off with the car, and that's like the Goodfellas movie, it runs and it makes you feel like you're in a run. Like, you know what I mean? It puts you in that spot. In college, I took a course in film. And the one thing I like about this class, it taught me how to watch a movie. And I realized what I didn't realize prior. When you watch a movie 2, 3 times, something always changes. You see something else, you notice something else. Foreshadowing, a lot of foreshadowing I realized started doing. Like a big movie I liked was V for Vendetta. You ever watched that movie? That's like one of my good movies I like. And then what I liked about that, it had like a bunch of scenic, back and forth, like discussions and just in general, like the whole movie, the way it was filmed was very cool. My like good directors, I like Martin Scorsese. Anything he does, I feel like is was the win. I like Spike Lee. Why Spike Lee? Because the way he films from the first person narrative, and then he pictures like Malcolm X. You ever watched the movie Malcolm X? Who doesn't watch this? When he made that movie, that was like the narrative. He was Malcolm, and he was looking through Malcolm's eyes. The picture was on Malcolm or whatever it was, So just the way he films, I'm a big fan of that.
That's gotta love Scorsese.
Yeah,
Spike Lee being New Yorkers.
yeah, not particularly New Yorkers. I mean, it's a good thing that they're New Yorkers. I'm happy. You know what I mean. And you embrace that, but just the way they vision and then their eyes see stuff. You know what I mean. I wish Spike Lee stopped going to the Knicks game. To be honest, I wish he got like a seat. He should get like a suite up in the rafters, and he should watch the game up there. Him, James Dolan, the owner. Leave the Knicks alone. Let us try to win a championship. Shout out Spike Lee. Let's wrap this up, episode 2 with Jonathan. A big plug over here in Stashmaster, and just a big plug in the community of Bushwick and in his whole life. And thank you, Jonathan. You know what I mean? Appreciate you.
Thank you, Arty.
All right. Everything was great.
Excited to get to know everyone. Step on in. See you guys soon in Stashmaster.
Behind the Stash, baby. Thank you. We out.